Shalom everyone. Today we'll focus on the laws of Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av. May Hashem bless us and bless Israel and all the Israeli soldiers. They may come back home safely, Be'ez Hashem. The soldiers, all the security forces, and all the hostages, obviously. Amen. Okay. So, what I wanted to do is to focus on the laws of Tisha B'Av, not prior to Tisha B'Av, preparation. I want to focus, we have only 30 minutes, how we behave and how we act during that day. So this year is going to be Monday. Guys, please put yourself on mute. How we behave on the night of Av. This year is going to be Monday night, Monday, Tuesday. So we'll talk about the final meal before the fast. We share with you maybe I don't want to say a trick, maybe a way to avoid halachic problems. Okay? You'll see in a second what I mean. So our sages, first of all, taught us in the tractate of Ta'anit that on the day before Tisha B'Av, one may not eat two cooked food. And that's the source of the confusion. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam shehakol nihya bidvaro. Now, for some of you, it's the first time here. What do you mean this? What do you mean two cooked food? So
we go with Lori over every
okay. Okay. So we'll get to it. We'll see, because the question is if I'm eating a raw egg and scrambled egg, is it considered two different dishes, two different food? We'll get there. Just have in mind that the halacha says we cannot eat two cooked food. Remember, we are mourning. We are mourning over Yerushalayim, over the destruction of the temples. All the source of all of our problems, even today, 2024, is due to the fact that we don't have the temple. You know, and the days we had the temple, we had protection, right? So, also, not only two cooked foods, nor may he eat meat or drink wine. So you should know that it depends on the customs. Some people don't eat meat through the whole 9 days. It depends on your minhag. In one hand, the Shulchan Aruch says don't eat meat and don't drink wine. So those who are okay with eating meat, without eating meat, they're drinking wine. You have to go all the way. No wine, no meat. Yemenite custom is to eat meat all the way till the final meal before the fast. So there is no restrictions for the Yemenites. Okay, so the Levush explained that having more than one cooked food at a meal reflects one's health, wealth, and honor. The Mishnah Berurah explained that the reason for this restriction is so that the act of we act as mourners over the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash. It will not be appropriate. Celebrate with shish kebab, barbecuing, drinking wine. It won't be appropriate. Okay. Remember this. This is a quote from the Talmud. I'm going to say it in Hebrew and then translate to English. Kol hamit'abel al Yerushalayim zoche vero'eh bevinyana. Rejoice with Yerushalayim and make merry. All those who love her, celebrate her happiness. All those who mourn over her. Now, what I said, the translation would be, whoever mourns over Yerushalayim will merit to see her joy. Whoever does not mourn over Yerushalayim will not see her joy. Some people separate themselves from the community. Oh, it's too hard for me, it's too this. I can fast, they find all kind of heter, reasons not to fast. I want you to understand, this is a very serious fast. It's on the level of Yom Kippur. We just not restricted like Yom Kippur is like Shabbat. You may drive, you may use electronic devices and all that. But it's a very serious and very few people are exempt. I hope I'll get to it today to see who is exempt from this morning. So after we learn on that, let's go and talk about what's going to happen this coming Monday. So obviously, it's best to, if you have to go to work, half a day and come back home, prepare yourself for this special day. If Mashiach doesn't come and we have to fast, we have to know what to do, okay? Prepare yourself with the right clothing, drink a lot, highly recommended during your preparation for the fast. Don't eat spicy food, no spicy snacks, no sweet food. It's recommended. You can eat, but it will cause you thirst later. So, on the 8th of Av, it is forbidden to eat meat or drink wine during the final meal before the fast. If it is eaten in the afternoon, preserved meat, chicken, and grape juice are forbidden as well. If someone does eat meat or drink wine during the final meal, our sages pronounced on him the curse of their sins will cleave onto their bones. It's like it's marked on the bones. Even if the body is rotten and it's only skeleton, the stain is still there. Okay? What if I want to eat a fake meat? Fake burger. It's a burger.
A veggie burger?
Veggie burger. The texture is like a real burger. Maybe even the smell, the texture. Can I use it as a substitute? Or because it's reminding me meat, I might be prohibited. What do you think? So, it is permissible to eat frankfurters made from soya protein without any meat during the final meal before the fast. Although their appearance is exactly like the real burger made of meat, eating them does not infringe on the prohibition of mar'it ayin. Means it looks to the onlooker, to the outside looker, that you're eating meat. Because people know that there is a fake meat. Okay? So they won't suspect that you're eating meat. Alright. What about fish? So you should know that the custom is to refrain from eating fish during the final meal before Tisha B'Av. Nevertheless, it is permissible to eat dry salted fish during this meal. Likewise, it is permissible to eat small fish like sardines. Right? Let's talk a little bit about the two dishes, the two cooked foods that we're not supposed to eat together, and we'll learn a little bit secret how we can avoid this issue. Let me ask you this first. What's the name of the final seudah? Do you know how we call it? Seudah mafseket. You ever heard this word? Seudah mafseket. It's the final seudah. It's the seudah that after this seudah you don't eat anymore. We're using this term also before Yom Kippur. Seudah mafseket.
Translate that, please.
Meaning, if I translate literally, it won't make sense, but mafseket means break. The Sauda that put break between eating and not eating. Mafsek is like lafsik, to stop, in other words. Do we have to eat?
Rabbi, may I ask for a clarification?
Do we have to eat Sauda mafseket? Do we have to eat this final meal? The answer is no. We don't have to. It's highly recommended. So you can prepare yourself. It's not mandatory. Unlike on Yom Kippur, when there is a mitzvah to eat few meals and Sauda mafseket with bread. Why I'm saying that, if it's mandatory or not, because if it's mandatory, I have to wash my hands and I have to eat bread. If it's not mandatory, it's not a chiyuv. So I can just eat rice, potatoes, soup, other stuff. I don't have to wash for that. Eating two cooked foods at the final meal. During the final meal before the fast, it is forbidden to eat more than one cooked food. If someone cooked the same food in two separate pots, and in one pot the food is soft and moist, whereas the food in the second pot is stiff and dry, they are considered two cooked food, and it is forbidden to eat from them both at this meal. I want to skip this part because I want to summarize it and make it easy. It goes here, cookies and cakes, what about soup and eggs and this and that, and it's considered another cooked food, not considered cooked food. We have a solution. You can come up with a solution, by the way. I can eat more than two cooked foods, but I don't have to call it the Sauda mafseket. For example, let's say I have to stop eating. I'm just throwing a number. I don't know the time now. Okay, let's say I have to finish eating by 7 p.m. So I can eat whatever I want till 5:30, different dishes. When time comes for Sauda mafseket, then I can eat maybe a soup, and I will call this Sauda mafseket. All right?
Yeah.
When you call Sauda mafseket, it's only one dish. It's only one cooked food. No problem. So what I do usually, before the Sauda mafseket, I call my Sauda mafseket a bowl of rice. I'm taking a bowl of rice, and I'm eating it. I'm calling it Sauda mafseket, and that's it. What I eat before that doesn't really matter. I can eat any cooked food. That's the trick. You got it? You can avoid a lot of problems in doing that. Some people have the custom to eat cooked lentils or hard-boiled eggs during the final meal, since these are foods served traditionally to mourners. It is forbidden to eat both lentils and eggs if they have been cooked as two foods. So the custom of many people is to add the eggs to the soup, and now you're eating it at the same meal. No problem. Okay? Here goes dealing with pickles and all that. I don't recommend to eat no spicy food, no schug, nothing that will cause you thirst. The main problem with fast days is the thirst. Most of people can get over the hunger. It's basically, especially if they ate well. The problem starts, I see it every year. People complain about the thirst. Rabbi, can I drink just a little bit? No, of course not. Can I wash my face, my mouth, and I spit it out? people coming with a lot of very creative and solutions. They didn't listen in the beginning when we told them, don't eat spicy or salty food. It's a special time, so Damafseket, it's not a regular day. Yes, when you take the bowl of rice, you like to add a lot of salt, usually, normally. Problem. Some people eating cereal before that. It's fine. Cereal, not sometimes, it has a lot of salt in it. Can cause you thirst. You might want to skip that. Okay? It's highly recommended to eat vegetables, fruit, watermelons, grapes are very good. Okay? No alcoholic beverages, of course. Okay. Let me just point out something. How do we eat the final meal before the fast, the Seudah Mafseket? Do you know? You don't eat it while you're sitting on the chair. You're eating it while you're sitting on the floor. You're sitting on some type of clothing. The procedure for the final meal, the custom is to eat the final meal before the fast on Tisha B'Av while sitting on the ground. One should not sit directly on the ground, however. Instead, one should sit on a carpet, blanket, or a cloth. It is permissible to sit directly on a tiled or wooden floor without any cloth separating him from the floor. Even so, it is best to use separation. I'm sorry, Ken, go ahead.
When you say about the separate the meal from the bottom meal, do you need to like focus on its own before after each meal?
Absolutely. Otherwise, it's connected. All right. What about women? Women must sit on the ground to eat the final meal before the fast of Tisha B'Av, just as men do. And you need to sit by yourself, not together as a group. Okay, like mourners, by yourself, in the dark, on the floor, not in a company, making jokes, telling stories. All those who will do that will merit to see Yerushalayim built. Worth the efforts. Okay? It is best that 3 men avoid sitting together to eat the final meal before the fast, so that they will not become obligated to recite Birkat HaMazon with Zimun. If 3 men did sit together, they should perform the Zimun, obviously. Okay? Now, even if you do that before midday, even if you do that at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, hours before, but for you it's the final meal before the fast, you have to act accordingly. It's not only related to the time before you go to shul. Make sense?
Any questions so far? You may do. Question.
Yeah.
In regards to eating fake meat, I'm unclear whether you said is it permissible or not, because you said it could give others the impression that you were eating meat.
It's permissible, no problem. Even if people think you're eating meat, it's no problem, because people know that there is something called fake meat. So they can assume also that this is a fake meat, no problem. Okay. Time that the fast begins. I'm going to read just the first halacha. Best thing is just follow your synagogue where you live, the time that the schedule that the synagogue advertised. Okay. The halachot of Tisha B'Av are the same both at night and during the day. Everyone must stop eating before sunset of the day before. It is strictly forbidden to eat during twilight, just as it is on Yom Kippur. It's the general idea, and follow the schedule. What is forbidden on Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av? Eating and drinking on Tisha B'Av, being, so we've learned, okay, let me skip that, we already said that. One woke up in the morning, this year, Tuesday morning, before he go to shul to the prayers, and he wanted to wash his mouth like he does every year, every morning, hopefully. So, can he do that on Tisha B'Av? He wants to brush his teeth. He wants to use a toothpaste. All right? You're saying no. Why no?
You should have it in your mouth. I mean, frankly, some of it can slip down your throat.
Okay, I hear. Can I chew gum? I'm going to tell you something disgusting, but people do that. I don't know if it's disgusting. You may chew gum if you chew the gum a day before, and there's no more sweetness in it. It's just like rubber.
So you chew the same gum?
Same gum. So I know people, what they do, they prepare a few gums in the freezer. They chew it before, and they saying that for them it helps a lot. Okay, but because so it's like chewing a plastic, wrap or something, plastic bag. For them, psychologically, it helps to go through the fast. You can't, of course, chew gum that has sweetness in it, obviously, right? On Tisha B'Av, it is forbidden to rinse out one's mouth or to brush one's teeth upon awakening in the morning, even if he uses less than a revi'it of water, even if he's preparing to use less than 3 ounces water, and he spits it out instead of swallowing it. It's forbidden nonetheless. If someone feels extreme discomfort because he has not rinsed out his mouth, however, it is possible to be lenient. He must lean his face downward while rinsing his mouth to make sure that the water does not reach his throat. Alright? So, you have to be careful, especially when people wake up in the morning, they're confused, automatically brushing teeth, making tea, coffee, and they forgot it's a fast day, right? By the way, what if someone accidentally make himself tea?
Make it sick? Tea?
Take a few sips. Oh! It's a fast day, it's Tisha B'Av! Is it gone for him?
It's inadvertent, right? I mean, it's unintentional.
Unintentional. So he may continue with the fast, but we have, it's not disqualified. Let's put it, it's not disqualified. Okay. Smoking. Oh, it's time? 6 minutes. What time is it? 8:05?
It says 7:55. Dobby's at 8:05, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to start 5 minutes before. What about smoking? So it brings some sort of pleasure, right? So obviously on Yom Kippur it's prohibited. It's like Shabbat. But here, Tisha B'Av, we're driving. You will see Be'ezrat Hashem, if Mashiach doesn't come and we have to fast, Yerushalayim is full with hundreds of thousands of people. I repeat, hundreds of thousands of people coming from the evening of Tisha B'Av, it's well known, to pray at the Kotel and during the entire day. So people driving. Okay? Going back to smoking. Technically it is permissible for habitual smoker to smoke cigarettes on any fast day, including Tisha B'Av. Of course, it is forbidden on Yom Kippur. So, it is not recommended the entire year, but if someone really can help it, so if he won't smoke, it makes him very nervous, and this day very difficult, is permitted. Now, the halacha says, who get this permission? Someone that's habitual, someone that he is a smoker on a daily basis, not someone that here and there is smoking. You know, if you're here and there smoking, you're not supposed to smoke. Another question. One is the owner of a restaurant, and he wants to open his restaurant on Tisha B'Av. Is he permitted? Jews, the Jews will come. Non-Jews will come and get, kosher food, and also a Jew. Would that be considered as putting a stumbling block, right, before the blind? So what do you think? Permitted or not permitted? The halacha says there's a good reason to say that restaurants and other eating establishments may be opened for business on the fast days as well. Why? What's the sense behind it? Secular people that don't really care, if they see the kosher restaurant closed, they might go. The non-kosher restaurant. Although non-observant people might patronize the restaurant and eat during the fast day, the owner does not transgress the sin of, quote, placing a stumbling block in front of the blind. If this restaurant will not be open, those people will find somewhere else to eat. Since these fast days are an institution of our sages and they are not Torah laws, one may rely on the leniency. The restaurant management should post a large sign in a prominent place stating, quote, today is a worldwide national Jewish fast day, or today is Tisha B'Av. He did his share. I announced it. Whoever wishes to heed the sign message is thus duly warned. All right. The last 2 minutes, I want to talk about who is exempt. Who is exempt from the fast of Tisha B'Av? Every healthy Jewish adult is obligated to fast on Tisha B'Av, and no one may exempt himself without due cause. Girls 12 and up, boys 13 and up. Now, there's a lot of questions about people in different medical conditions, pregnant women, breastfeeding women. The halacha basically says you must. In case there's a problem, you consult with the doctor, you consult with the Rabbi, they might give you a slack, okay? They might let you eat. It depends on the situation. Okay, we can learn from here if your situation requires eating or not. Okay? But it's best to go to a doctor that is Jewish, that is aware of this special and severe day, and not be. If you go to a regular doctor, you can be too lenient about it. So, no, don't fast. He doesn't really know. Okay. So it's best to consult with your Rabbi, and if you don't have a Jewish doctor, come with the doctor's recommendation. Consult with the community rabbi, and he will give you a good answer. Be'ezrat Hashem. Any questions? Okay. I'm reminding you that you're not supposed to go with the leather shoes. Leather-like shoes are okay. Same like with the fake meat. Fake leather, it's fine, because we know that could be fake. Not taking showers, separating beds, smearing oil and all that should be avoided. I highly recommend each and every one of you to go over the halachot of Tisha B'Av so you can avoid doing mistakes, Be'ezrat Hashem. Every synagogue, especially I think here in Torah, Dallas, it's going to be a lot of Baruch Hashem Torah classes. that I highly recommend everyone to participate, take part of this community efforts to mourn about Yerushalayim, to be part of it, not only with fasting, but with learning about our future and what's going to happen Be'ezrat Hashem when Mashiach comes soon. It looks like, according to old prophecies, that everything goes to Be'ezrat Hashem, Gog Magog. You heard about Gog Magog? You should have a class about Gog Magog, you know?
We're in Gog Magog right now with all the upside down and
It's going that direction, yeah. So you want to survive Gog Magog? That's my last tip for today. Hold on into Torah and kindness, Gemilut Chasadim, Tzedakah. Two things, not only one. Have to study Torah, learn Torah, support Torah, and do Tzedakah. And Be'ezrat Hashem, you'll be saved from all these horrible things that come into this world during the war of Gog and Magog. May Hashem bless you, all those who participate in the shiur, and may Hashem protect Israel and protect us, protect America, so we'll be safe, Be'ezrat Hashem, and see Mashiach comes in our days. Amen.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, everybody.